Hello. Hi, Odd. You did pick right, so I did not get a chance to, hold on. You did pick right, so I did not get a chance to. Give me just a second, please. Sorry, guys. Hopefully everybody will find this one. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Hi, Raju. Welcome. Welcome. I have the link to my chart. Can I put it up? Absolutely. Is it October yet? Not quite October yet. So I do have some news on that front. But I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in. Hello to the lurkers. You don't have to say anything, but I welcome you anyway. And you guys know what? I don't know where my pattern is. Just FYI. Okay, well, you know. Hi, Lizzie. Welcome. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. My whole crafting area is a hot mess right now. So please excuse that. But we did get an overhead camera. What do y'all think about that angle? Does that work for everybody? Hopefully it does. You can see my shadow, of course, but you know, whatever. Robin, Jamie, hello. Jamie, I sent you, Jamie Sue, I sent you an email. Just FYI. I didn't say nothing to you, Crashly. I didn't call you nothing. I just said hi. That was it. So how was everybody's Wednesday? I'm just super happy to get to Wednesday. This has been a very slow week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for those of you that are here, I am working on 2 separate blankets right now. So the blanket that I used, excuse me guys, this cold is still kind of lingering, so I'm kind of a little bit froggy. I'm doing 2 separate blankets. So the blanket that I used to demonstrate in the tutorial is going to be that butter color, that white, and that gray. And so it's over off to the side. And then this is the one that I got, the original colors that I got. So I'm playing catch up on this one. So what I've decided to do, for those of you that are following along on the CAL, is I put up the tutorial, was it Monday, I think? Hey, Mayhem! I put up the tutorial, hey, Rebecca, to show you guys how to get to pretty much the end of the first row. Now, you won't be able to close it off unless you already know this stitch. So what I'm going to do is the tutorial that I'm going to put up Monday, the next Monday, is going to be how to finish off the first row and how to start on the second strip of the quilt or the blanket, the Afghan, whatever you want to call it. So I figured that would be easier to do it that way so that I can take my time with the instructions and that we're not rushed. And then you guys can write down your questions and we can do kind of a question and answer chat here in the live stream. And then we'll just kind of crochet along together, as the name suggests, while we're in the live chat. So I hope that works for everyone. I think that'll be a little bit easier. Some of the feedback that I got. Hi, K Diamond Paints. How are you? Some of the feedback that I got suggested that that would be an easier way of getting everyone involved for those of you that are new and that don't know this stitch or don't know where to change colors and things like that, that would be an easier way to do it. Hi, Christy. Aw, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Okay, so we've got updates, right? Y'all need updates? Have you ever done Zoom? Have I done the Zoom? I'm confused. So confused. Like Zoom, the weight loss program? Or is that, no, that's Noom. Like, do I need to zoom my camera in? Is that what you mean? This is a new camera, and I literally got it set up like 10 minutes ago. So we're going to have to play with it and go from there. So move my camera down, maybe. Hold on, let's play with it. Let's see what it does. So zooming it in any? No. I can't get the arm down any further at the moment. My name is blocking what I'm doing, okay? Is that better? If I work up here? Okay. It's not a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. All right. So if everybody can see what I'm doing now, I'm literally just crocheting, guys. I'm just doing the stitch and we're going to chit chat. This is not a tutorial. Well, I'm going to do the stitch if I can crochet tonight. Okay. I see what y'all were saying. I tend to crochet very close to me because I usually do it like on the couch. So I usually have it, you know, nice and close to me instead of reaching out like this. With my 3-color blanket, are you still using one of the neutrals as your main color? Okay, hold on just a second, and I will show you. So it goes into this lovely Harry Potter tote that I got for Christmas. So these are the 3 colors that I'm using. So that is a gray, a light gray, a butter yellow, and a white. Okay. So, oh, okay. I had not heard about that, Kelly. So basically what I'm doing with this one is I'm just going to alternate the colors, and I'm going to do it 3 times on each strip. So I started with the gray in the corner, and then I go to the yellow and then the white, the gray and the yellow. And you can see here I started closing off my end, but I actually am going to open this back up. I'm going to frog this and continue doing, because it's not long enough. It's not even baby blanket size. That's as long as it is. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep alternating colors. And then when I go to flip this one and we start doing the second row, I will start with the yellow instead of starting with the gray. And so we'll go yellow, white, gray, yellow, white, gray, and that'll offset it. Or if you're doing one like this and you're doing 2-color and you like the chevron look where it kind of makes the V shape like this, you can totally chevron this. And basically the way that you do that is you keep your colors matching. So right here I would start with yellow and then do the gray and then do the white. but I'm going to do an offset to make it more herringbone rather than chevron. Did that make any sense at all to you guys? Two, three, four, 5, and 6. So, does anybody have any questions for me? Because tonight we only have an hour because Diamond Art Addiction will go on at 8 o'clock Central Time. And I don't want to run into anybody's live and step on their toes. So, let's talk about the DP-a-thon. I had mentioned in a live a couple of weeks ago the possibility of opening it up on Friday, and then I put it to a vote in the group we're in with the rest of the creators that are participating, and they did indeed go ahead and decide to start the DP-a-thon on Friday. So we will be starting on Friday at 9 a.m. and we're going to start with Creative Mayhem's regular live time at 9 a.m. and we'll go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She wants to see your cry face. Yes, I just finished a color. So you just change colors and do the same thing. Yes, so what you're going to do is the way the pattern is written is that you do a neutral, you do color A, you do your neutral, you do color B, neutral, color C, neutral, color D, neutral. Does that make sense? No, not this Friday, next Friday, Robin. The 24th. Kelly, I haven't published the DP-a-thon schedule yet because we still have some spaces that need to be filled. So if you're a creator and you would like to participate, you can do so. Now, if you do not have the ability to go live, you are more than welcome to do a premiere instead. So you can do an hour-and-a-half premiere, and we will put that up in place of a live stream. So what you're saying is, I need to take PTO Friday so I can DP all day. Well, that is completely and totally up to you, Christy. Or, sorry, Amanda. And Christy will be right back, no problem. Go handle the kiddo. Do creators put the next location in their description? They are supposed to, and most of them are really good about that. I will create also, there's a playlist on my channel. I don't know that it will flow the same way that the one for the premieres did, where it will automatically take you to the next one. Because we'll have a combination of lives and premieres. I don't know if it'll do that, but there will be a playlist, and then the schedule will get put out next week. So if you're a creator and you want to participate either by doing a live or by doing a premiere, please get a hold of me, preferably on Facebook if you have Facebook. If not, my email is in the About section on my channel, and you can email me there. Hi, Elliot. How are you today? So yeah, so this DP-a-thon is going to be a little bit different. It is going to be a combination of the lives and the premieres. And we're going to kind of just see how it works and kind of go from there. I don't want anybody to ever get bored with the DP-a-thons. So we're trying new things. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you piss people off without meaning to. And that's all okay because it's all just an experiment to see what works the best. So that is the DP-a-thon. It will start Friday the 24th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Oh, poo. Hold on, guys. So this is what happens when you're not paying attention, and this is what happens when I don't mark my spot. Do you see what I did here? Is I kept going. So this row is actually 10 across. So I'm going to have to frog the purple. Yay. Luckily, I caught it now instead of when I was done with the color. There we go. And let me grab a marker. Oh, thank you, Robin. Everybody does a really good job with the DP-a-thon. And I know we have some naysayers, and that's okay. That's their opinion. For the most part, the feedback that I get is that a lot of people in the community really enjoy it. They, love that it's a way for us to, come together and just hang out for a whole weekend and do things like that. So, if you enjoy watching it, everybody is welcome always. Just come in and have fun and maybe meet some new people. So that's my opinion on the DP-a-thon. Obviously, I organize it, and I have since the beginning. So, of course, I'm going to enjoy it. And we're just going to kind of go from there. So let's talk about the crochet along, since that's what we're doing today. Does anybody have any crochet questions from the tutorial on Monday? Did anybody get stuck? Did anybody figure out, maybe what they were doing wrong? Do you have any input on a way that I can teach better? What do you guys need to be successful? Hi, Lisa B. Your birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday. Welcome back. Good job prefacing what? Christy, send me a PM and we'll talk about it. We'll see what we can do. Thank you, Robin. Sorry, guys. My throat is like the Sahara. I've had a sore throat for like, what's it been, about 5 days now? I don't feel sick. I just feel a little tired. But, man. Anyhow. Okay, so the crochet along is going well. Those of you that are posting your pictures on Instagram, I'm really enjoying seeing your progress. Everybody picked really good colors. Like, I really, really enjoyed seeing everybody's color choices. So if you're, follow the CAL C2C 2020. And then Hooked and Dangerous are the two hashtags that we're using on Instagram. Yeah, I've been gargling, Kelly, and it is just not helping. I don't know if it's drainage or the cedar. The mountain cedar is really, really high still in Texas, and I think that's probably what it is. Yeah, everybody wish Lisa happy birthday if you didn't, please. We love all of our people that come in and want to make sure birthdays are special. I believe birthdays are special. So I always want to make sure to not miss anybody's birthday if I can help it, and make sure that they're feeling loved, especially on their birthday. Have I mentioned anything about the retreat? Not yet, Elliot. We're getting there. I also need somebody to give me a 10-minute warning at 7:50, please, so that I don't go over my time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's see. Lisa says she needs to watch the tutorial. I know you're doing corner to corner, but not sure what you're doing. So what we're doing is we're doing a corner to corner herringbone stitch. So if you will, Odd, if you will pop that link in again, Odd's going to put up the instruction sheet. Lisa, it's a link to the Google Doc that has all the instructions and the picture and all of that kind of stuff on there. And if you want to click on that, it'll kind of tell you where we're at and the things that we need if you want to participate. I keep pulling this towards myself, guys. Does this angle work for everybody too? Maybe if I come over here. 2 and 3. So I had 2 different creators reach out to me this week. Rebecca, Crafting Journey with Rebecca, and Crafts with Crashly. Both reached out. They are super excited about the retreat. Those that don't know, hey, we're planning a retreat in Texas in October. But they both reached out to me this week, and it was very sweet of them to allow me to guest on their channel and talk about the retreat. Right now, we are trying to get as many people as possible signed up so that I can go ahead and secure an event space. Our first choice space that I had in mind, we have to have a minimum of 25 people to be able to afford it. I have been looking at alternative spaces. Alternative places, I should say. I do have a couple in mind that I think would be really good for a group of less than 20. So just depending on how many people we have signed up in the next week or so is going to depend on what space that we go ahead and choose. So if you want more information about that, we can talk about it. You can ask questions and all that kind of stuff. There is a Facebook group as well. Jamie Sue, that's what I emailed you about, was the Facebook group, because I noticed that you weren't in there. That's where all the information, updates, all of that kind of stuff is going to go through, is the Facebook group. So if you want to join that, Odd, do you have those links? Robin is in North Carolina, but she'll be here in spirit. So something was brought up the other night about doing a live stream from the event. Now, I don't want to live stream the entire event because that defeats the purpose for the people that have paid and, you know, have been able to come. But I think we'll probably manage to squeeze in maybe like a 2-hour live stream or a 1-hour live stream from the retreat, so that those of you that aren't able to come still get to join in and have some fun with all of us. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Yeah, at this point, it's just looking into where we can all go, where we can fit. A lot of places, the calendars are already filling up, so we're going to have to make that decision very soon. Otherwise, we'll have to move it. And I know a lot of people aren't available the other weekends in October, but I seem to have picked the most popular weekend to have a retreat in Texas. No problem, Christy. So yeah, so we're doing that. And then I'm looking at what kind of stuff we want to put in the swag bags. We are going to have, for sure, t-shirts. So we've got to get some t-shirts made up and hopefully have a, it'll have a custom logo, because I know a lot of you don't like heifers, so, or the word heifer at least. So the shirt I had in mind won't work. Yes, I was going to put a giant cow on t-shirts and call it good. Mayhem is stalking Southwest for deals. Hopefully she'll be able to get here. She's in Ohio. But we're really hoping that she'll be able to join us for the retreat, as well as Dearly Crafted. Yeah, Mayhem decided that the retreat should be called the Heifer Hoedown. And I politely explained that not everybody would be happy with that. So yeah. Kelly, it is going to depend on how many people we have. So I've been looking at locations all over Texas. Either way, they will either be close to an airport or we will help in the group. We'll be able to arrange travel. There's enough of us in Texas that you could fly into pretty much any major city and be able to get a ride. Because I know, like, I'm in Dallas. Kaya is going to come. She's up here as well. And I think there's a couple people like down by Houston and different things like that. So, yeah. We will all be sitting around in our jammies, sans bra, diamond painting. Yep, that's the plan. Kay Diamond Paints loves it. We can call it the Heifer Hoedown. I don't have a problem, but 4, 5, and 6. Y'all want to call it the Heifer Hoedown? We will call it the Heifer Hoedown, and I'll put a giant cow on your t-shirt with his tongue stuck in his nose. Yeah, Jamie is south of Houston. We've got people all over. Rebecca is going to come from Kansas, and Nana and Don Marie are coming from Bama. So yeah, we've got people coming from all over. So hopefully, I know we're going to have a good crowd. Just the crowd we have now is a great crowd, but anybody else that wants to join in, you are more than welcome. I think at one point I had the links down in my description box. Yes, if you fly into Dallas, if you're here the day that I tell you to be here, yes, I will pick you up and you can drive with me. I know there's a couple of other people that'll probably do that. My sister's coming from San Angelo, the San Angelo area, and she has offered to pick people up at the airport and things like that. So if we get my second favorite location, it will be the event will be in Weatherford. If we get that location, I have put out feelers for it. So that would be everybody come to Dallas, which would be super easy to do. Kelly, my son lives in Dallas. The other one lives in Amarillo. Well, that's probably the only part of Texas that I haven't looked at is actually up in the Panhandle. I'm from that area up there, not from the Panhandle, but just south of it, the Permian Basin. But that from Dallas is quite a ways. So don't you like where I'm from, Kelly? So for those of you that don't know, that part of Texas is, well, just Google some images of the Texas Panhandle. It's flat. It's mostly cotton. If there's something planted in the fields, you can lose your dog and still see him for 3 days. Yeah, it's gorgeous, but it's its own kind of special pretty. Yes, Amanda is coming from Illinois. Illinois? I don't know how to say it. Yes, it is very windy. So when I first moved to Dallas, I used to laugh for 2 reasons. So when I was in middle school, I played tennis. And, you know, we would play tennis 30-mile-an-hour winds because that was what it blew most days. And then we would get together as a team and we would watch like the French Open or Wimbledon or something, some of those big tennis tournaments. And they would be like, the players are having difficulty today because the wind is blowing at 10 miles an hour. And we would laugh and laugh and laugh. Because, you know, if it was only blowing at 10 miles an hour, well, there was no wind that day. And then Yeah. I moved up here, and at that time I had been teaching school as an elementary teacher. And when I moved up here, I worked at a daycare. And y'all, no lie, if the wind was blowing more than 35 miles an hour, the kids couldn't go outside. And I didn't understand. Because if we did that in West Texas, the kids would never get to go outside. Just saying. So yeah, those two things really just crack me up. I think it's just a regional thing, I guess. Hi, Diamond Art Addiction. Thank you for coming. We're going to be done in time for yours, I promise. And I'm going to come over, but I'm going to be cooking dinner. Lisa says Amarillo has a cow scent in the air. Yes. So, okay. So that's one of the other big things is you got out there is you got cattle and you've got cotton and oil. And the thing about it is the further north and towards New Mexico that you get, that is prime dairy cattle land. And people don't think of having dairy cows for, or having dairy cows in Texas when you think of having meat cows. But there is a large dairy industry out there. And the thing about it is you're not actually smelling the cow poop. You are smelling the feed. That's what that smell is. It's their food. It's a very distinctive smell. I cannot describe it to you. But once you have smelled it, you will never forget it. So yeah, but that's the thing is it's dairy cows and it is their food that smells like that. So, and yes, when I was young, I've been cow tipping. Don't do it. It's mean. We did, in fact, have cow patty fights where, yes, we threw cow dung at each other. It was dry. It was fine. So Kelly said that her son works in the dairy cow business in Hereford. Yeah. Hereford cow, you've heard of it. Well, you probably haven't. I've heard of a Hereford cow. Hi, Denise. Welcome. Are y'all caught up with us? The people around here call it the smell of money. Exactly, Jerry. Jerry, where are you at? Because that's the thing is somebody posted the other day on my Facebook. It was one of my high school friends posted something about, now I can't remember, something about how places smell. And, you know, Texas is basically like, oh, that's just the oil. Don't worry about it. That's just the refinery. That's just, you know, cotton or whatever. We do. We just, you know, we just go, oh, yeah, that's just whatever and move on about our business. I grew up in a town that has an oil refinery. And again, that's a very distinctive smell. And you know it for sure. You could be kidnapped, blindfolded, and in somebody's trunk. And you would know what that smell was. Same thing with the cows. Diamond Art Addiction says, I'm proud to say I've never done cow tipping, but this is oil and gas country, being in Alberta, Canada. Yeah. So Jerry says she's in the Oklahoma Panhandle, like 15 miles from the Texas Panhandle. Oh, yeah. So you're almost a Texan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, Jerry completely understands. It's just a different kind of thing. Oil and cow patties. I'm trying to process that nasal profile. It's something else, let me tell you. It is something else. How did we even get on this subject? I'm sorry, guys. Oil and cow patties. Yeah, that should be the new name. On what road do you start decreasing? So Denise, on road 9, you are going to start decreasing only on one side. I did do an updated tutorial for you. If you'll go back and watch that, Denise. And I also updated the Google Doc with instructions on how to increase and how to decrease. So there are also written instructions. But if you look here, Denise, the black is the first 8 rows. And then when I started row 9, I started up here and I increased 1. And then when I came down, right here is where you start your decrease. That square right there. So you're going to, because I started back up here, I didn't have to go up my 3, but you just start right there and you just start your decrease where you turn it back around. And I know you're a crocheter, so I know that you'll understand me saying that. So yeah, it's this square right here, the first square of color A on one side. So I just put in a stitch marker so that I know which side to decrease on and which side to increase on. So your crochet, you guys, is always going to look lopsided when you're doing the stitch, because we're still increasing, we're still growing on this side, but we're decreasing on this side. So we're just maintaining the edge. So it's always going to be up at an angle like so. Does that make sense? Mayhem? Don't start with me, woman. I already made a deal with you. Did you go get your yarn? Did you get the maroon that you wanted? So Sherry says, hope y'all have warm weather. We are in a 10-day deep freeze, anywhere from -35 for a high to -50 for a low. So Sherry, it was 75 degrees here today. You're welcome. Sherry, I'm not telling you how to do row 2 either. Do not encourage her. Denise says she is on line row 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 8. Yeah, so you're about 3rd color up, right? Oh, so Denise, the end of the strip to square it off, is that what you're talking about? I'm going to post that video probably on Monday, because I don't want anybody to get too far ahead. So I'm probably going to post that Monday. No problem, Rebecca. Thank you for coming. Well, see, here's the thing is I actually need cold weather, because otherwise this summer the bugs are going to be out of control. And we have not had cold enough weather to kill off the skeeters or the June bugs or any of that. The fleas are going to get really bad. So that's the downside of having not cold temperatures in the winter, is the bugs in the next summer are usually really, really bad. Does the spot work for y'all? Nope. Move it on up. There we go. Let's see here. No worries. I love to have fun. I really need to watch these videos, because I really want to learn how to crochet. So Sherry, on my channel, there's a playlist called Crochet Tutorials, I think. And I start you with the basics, like how to do the beginning slip stitch, all the basic stitches. And I think it's about 3 or 4 videos long. And then last Monday, I put up a tutorial on how to do this blanket, which is a beginner-friendly pattern. So if you want to jump in, you can make a blanket to ward off all that cold if you want to. And that Google Doc that Odd has put up a couple of times has all the requirements. But I would suggest starting with your basics. I go over the hooks and which ones you should get. I go over the different types of yarn, different sizes of yarn, and things like that. So all of your basics are in there. And there are some really great people on YouTube as well that you can learn from. Let's see. Yeah, so Odd gets it. Odd's in Houston, so she knows too. Will the bugs be dead by October? So Kelly, here's the thing about Texas in October. It might be 90 and it might be 50. You just don't know. More than likely, it should be probably between 70 and 85. So it should be pretty nice in October. Yeah, absolutely, Sherry. And this is one of those, we're going to take 9 weeks to do this. So you should be able to catch up as you need to. Yeah, Mayhem has a wonderful scarf. Hi, Aussie. How are you? So it's like March. Well, yes. It's one of those things. It could be March. It could be October. We get tornadoes in both sometimes. It just depends. So basically in Texas, we have your regular severe weather season, which is like April-ish, the end of April, May, June is the most likely time of the year for us to get severe weather, so tornadoes and things. And then we have second season, which is October, November, and December. And we actually had tornadoes last week. When that last cold front came through, we had tornadoes in January, which is not unheard of, but it's unusual. But when it's been as warm as it is now, it makes a big difference. So Kelly says, I've never seen a weather report that called for damaging thunderstorms until I went to Dallas. Yeah, so we have kind of different weather classifications down here, if that makes sense. And I think this is pretty much throughout the South, because you don't have to have tornadoes to get wind damage. A lot of our storms blow in with really strong winds. We can have what we call straight line winds. And straight line winds will set off the tornado sirens just like rotating tornado winds will do. And we've had straight line winds here, up to like 120 miles an hour, probably more than that, but that's one that I can remember off my head. And they basically will do the same amount of damage as a tornado will. They're just not the same type of wind, if that makes sense. They go, straight line. That's why they're called straight line winds. Imagine that. No worries, Sherry. And if you need help, just holler at me and I'll be happy to help you. But it's not a race. Some of us are going to be ahead of others. I've been crocheting for more than 5 years now. So if I really put my mind to it, I could have this blanket finished in about a week. But I kind of want to pace myself a little bit more than that so that I can still work on other projects and still have fun with my friends. So, but once I get that second row posted, and you guys understand how to connect them and all of that kind of stuff, you just take off and go at your own pace at that point. Hi, dearly. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah. So anybody have any other questions for me? We're at 15-minute mark. Nope, that was too many. Let's see. People were covering their cars with boxes. Yeah, we do things like that. The second row, dearly, or Creative Mayhem, will be on Monday. Say it with me. Monday. Yeah, Monday. And I saw that Sherry's birthday was in March. So we'll have to be sure not to miss it. Let's see, do I have any other updates? Oh, so I've been doing the Sassy Craft Along that Mrs. Coffee is hosting. And this is the project that I am working on. So for those of you that don't read military terms, that's WTF, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. And so I've gotten this far, and I need to go to the store because I need one color to do the border. I'm going to do this kind of ombre style. So this is actually a dark, like jade color. Yeah, there you can see it. It's like a dark emerald jade color. And so I want to do like an ombre out here with the border on it, but I've got to go to the store and get a color that I'm missing. And then I've been working on that. I made a wreath. I'm going to put that tutorial up probably this weekend so you can see it, if not early next week. And I have been what's the other thing I've been doing? Oh, I'm getting ready to do my Harry Potter Stitch Your Own Adventure Letters to Hogwarts. So that's going to be my first big project. And I'm a little intimidated by it, so I'm really taking my time and making sure that I prep well before I start stitching it. So let's talk about, let me finish this shell, and then we're going to talk about some of the things that are happening around the community. And this is going to be a new little feature I was thinking about doing because I realized that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was thinking about it and I realized, like, with things like the information for the DP-a-thon, information for the retreat, that, you know, I know people don't, not everybody watches my channel, but I didn't realize how much people don't hear about things if you don't watch someone's channel. So let's think about it. Let's see. Crashly, what are you doing? No, so Rebecca and GB Maltese are doing a Treasure Studios art collaboration with their Valentine's diamond paintings. And y'all, Rachel just continually hits it out of the park. I've never gotten a Treasure Studios art yet. It's on my list. Don't worry about it. Tax money's coming. I filed my taxes today. But Rachel just continually hits it out of the park. She does such great designs. So make sure that you check that out. If you want to paint along with them, I think they're doing a giveaway. And then let's see, Maritza from Kiss My, let me try that again. Maritza from Kiss My Crafts and Mindy from Mindy's Diamond Moment are also doing a collaboration, but they're doing a Hannah Lynn from Diamond Art Club collaboration. So check that out if you love the Hannah Lynns. Unfortunately, the Hannah Lynns are just not my style, so I'm going to cheer them on in spirit, but not actually be diamond painting along with them. And then, yeah, see, Odd But Nice has got it. She's on it. This is why Odd But Nice is one of my moderators. Anybody else know of things that people are doing? Mrs. Coffee is doing the sassy craft along. Excuse me. Does anybody else know of any collaborations, any news from other people, anything like that? Hi, Dreamer. Denise, if you will PM me on Facebook, I will help you out. We'll kind of see where you are so I can understand what you're asking me. Amanda, I will post it. There's a Facebook group, but if you will Google Letters to Hogwarts Stitch Along, it will pop up because I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head. But seriously, girl, like, that is the mandatory thread there. And I will have to go back and get more. But this box is just the Harry Potter CAL, or Stitch Along. So yeah, that's what I did in a live one day, is I bobbinated all of those threads. And you're not getting a very good color payoff. Sorry about that. But yeah. So that's the Harry Potter one. I am doing the corner to corner stitch. Absolutely. Dearly is going to have a collab with her dishwasher later tonight. That means Dearly's hands, because I don't think Dearly has a dishwasher. I did absolutely, Kelly. I had several people contact me and explain it to me, and I was able to ask questions. So it was suggested that because I do the loop start method on the 18 count, that I only do one strand folded in half, which makes it 2 strands. That was the answer, the kind of consensus answer that I got, because my whole thing was I didn't want, so if you guys can see what I'm talking about here, this is 14 count Aida. So there's different counts of this fabric, and you can see the Aida fabric through. Why is it not focusing? There we go. You can kind of see the fabric through the stitches, and I don't like that. And I didn't want that to happen on my stitch along. So that was the questions that I was trying to get to today. Yeah, so Kelly says that's what she does, loop start on 18 count Aida, and you just use one strand folded in half, right, Kelly? So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on this week. Is I'm going to be working on my border for my Sassy Craft Along. I'm going to be working on my 2 blankets, and I'm going to be hopefully starting my letters from Hogwarts, because I'm a little bit behind, but I've got until March to catch up. So we're going to go from there. We're going to be working on DP-a-thon. We need 4 creators for sure, and then we need some that'll be willing to do premieres. So again, if you know somebody, or if you're willing to help us out with the DP-a-thon, let me know, please. And then we are going to do the retreat stuff, is what I've been working on the last couple of days as well. So we've got lots of exciting things coming up. I still need to film you guys a video of my new craft area. I need to get you guys a video of my Fiona package that I got. I have to go back in and do some editing there because I messed up. And then yeah, I've got a whole list of stuff that I need to get filmed. And I just don't have a lot of motivation right now, guys. I'm just kind of like, what? Let's watch Anne with an E all day on Saturday. So yeah, so I want to say thank you guys for coming. We have a few minutes. We'll kind of stick around and chit chat, but I want to say now thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys that are participating are enjoying your stitch along. I love the one of the things that I love the most about this stitch is the texture that you get, and you can see it. You can see all the texture that this stitch provides, and it's warm without being too warm. Like, it's a good warm coverage blanket, but it never gets too warm because it's got the holes in it. So yeah, I've made several of these for other people, and I've never made one for myself. So you know what? I'm making one for me. It's time. Brian says he thinks he's found his ticket for his flight to Dallas. That's awesome. So Brian, pretty much you're going to have to be here. You would have to be here on Thursday. Like early Thursday or late Wednesday, if you plan to ride with me. So yeah. Oh, thank you dearly. This color is the Red Heart Super Saver in the color Dark Orchid. You know what, guys? One of these days in my next life, maybe, I want to be the person that names things like yarn and nail polish and lipstick and stuff like that. That job's got to be so much fun. Am I doing this in the group on Facebook or just on Instagram? Well, I've mostly just been doing it on Instagram because I only have a few people on my Facebook group for the crochet. So if you guys tell me, I figure Instagram because everybody's already over there. And I do get to the point where the Facebook groups get to be so many because you're trying to support all your friends and everybody's got one. And like, I've got one for the retreat. I've got one for the for the crochet. So, you know, that's kind of one of those decisions I'll leave up to people. If you want to do it, absolutely you can do it. If you don't, that's okay. So Kelly, the hashtag for Instagram is, hold on, I'm typing. C2C. There's the first one. And the second one is Hooked and Dangerous, all one word, but now the autocorrect wants to actually work. So yeah, and I want you guys to know this cup from Dollar Tree that I got is fantastic. So if you see one like this, it's got the little slider lid on it. Oh, get you one. Dollar Tree. That's the other thing. I had a Dollar Tree haul, but now I've used all those supplies. Yeah, Brian, the only thing I would say, Brian, is it might be a little too soon to be getting your flights. It's a long way out to get a flight right now. So we'll talk about it. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, you know where to message me. My email's on my About section. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on the Twitter, but I never check it. And you guys can message me, give me a few hours, and I pretty much check that, on a constant all day unless I am taking a social media break. And my social media breaks usually happen evenings and weekends. At least one of those weekends. So if you guys have any questions, you know where to hit me up. Thank you so much all for coming tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I think I will be in Rebecca's live on Saturday. We have decided, the group of us that were in Crashly's live, I think have decided that we're going to be doing a hosting roundtable kind of a talk show situation in each other's lives. And because we had so much fun, y'all, my stomach hurt so bad after that live because we laughed so hard. And I am so sorry. I lost it, and that's what started it. And I'm just saying. So, welcome back, Christy. We are actually all heading over to chat with Sherry if you want to do that. If not, have a great evening, you guys. Thank you so much for coming, for showing your support. Thank you so much for being you and being here. I love you guys. And until I see you next time, remember to craft like someone left the barn door open. Bye, guys. Heart. That's a bad heart. It's a pretty good heart. There we go.